Hello, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. We're going to be talking about the upcoming severe weather event that will be happening tomorrow. Taking a look right now at our day one outlook for regions of Oklahoma, South Dakota, and Texas, we do have a marginal in these regions, and we do have another marginal in these regions over here. The major cities that are included are going to be Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Sussex Falls, South Dakota, and Norman, Oklahoma, and Wichita Falls, Oklahoma. I do want to point out that this is a 1 out of 5 on the severe weather scale. It's not as bad as tomorrow, but still pretty darn concerning for today. Taking a look at the 2% risk for tornadoes, we do have a 2% out there for portions of the Oklahoma. Nothing like tomorrow, but still something to keep a lookout for areas in the green. Now, taking a look over here, this is going to be our wind event that's going to be a hail event. I am so sorry. The hail event that's going to be going on, we got some in the South Dakota, and we also got another area in here into the Oklahoma areas. If you're anywhere in the green, do be on the lookout for a possible storm that could produce hail, and take your car and cover, and be on the lookout for that. Taking a look at over here at the wind risk, we do have a small area of wind risk over here in portions of northern Texas and most southern Texas. So it will get windy at times. That's why they did issue a percentage over here for wind. Now, taking a look at the big factor, we have a moderate risk for two areas in the Iowa, Illinois, and then we have another risk over here into most areas into the Mississippi, correction, so sorry, Memphis, Tennessee, and we have another area for the Jonesboro, Arkansas, and that's pretty much all. Is just going to be Jonesboro, Arkansas, and Memphis, Tennessee for areas in the red. So where can we find this? Where's going to be the main area of concern? Well, your main area is going to be in the Iowa, Illinois, and into the Arkansas and Tennessee. That's where your main area is going to be for the moderate. But take a look at the hands. You still can see some stuff go on. And the hands, you guys are going to be into the Arkansas, Tennessee, into the Missouri. We got to take a look at that. Into the Mississippi areas. You guys are going to be seeing some stuff. I know it's, you guys are recovering from a tornado, but still, anyone in the enhanced or even anyone in the slight need to be on the lookout for a potential tornado or two. And they did say in the SPC, there has been a prediction from the SPC that says there will be a couple long track tornadoes and violent at times. This will be a nocturnal event. This will also be a squall line. We will get more in depth to that later on to the video. So taking a look, here's your tornado risk. You have a red percent risk, and this is going to be your 30% in these areas. You have two areas of concern for tornadoes. So if you're anywhere in the hatched or the red, be on the lookout for a potential tornado. Even the yellow, if you're anywhere in the yellow, be on a lookout for a tornado. These are not something to mess around with. I'm not saying the 2% and 5% will see a tornado, but what your main concern is going to be in the red, the hatched, and into the yellow. So be on the lookout for a couple long track tornadoes tomorrow. Taking a look at the hail risk right now, we do have a hatched, a 30%, and then we do have a area on the hatched. So anyone in the yellow, red, or into the hatched, be on the lookout for a couple strong size hail, and possible golf ball size hail. The green, watch out for anywhere in the green. Be on the lookout for some hail too. You guys could be seeing some hail too. So be on the lookout for a couple strong hailstones with this system. Now, taking a look over here at the wind is a large area of concern for wind. If you're anywhere in the purple or anywhere in the hatched, anywhere in the hatched over here to the Tennessee area, or in the red, look out for some extremely strong winds that will be going into the later night hours of tomorrow and into the early afternoon. So also, I do want to point out we will be going over how strong winds will be expected. So also the yellow, you guys need to be on the lookout for some strong wind too. Alright, taking a look at the Little Rock, Arkansas forecast. You guys are going to have some mostly cloudy conditions today. Some rain is possible, showers. Meant to put some, don't mind that. But I do want to point out here that the temperatures are going to be 75, and tomorrow is 75. Tomorrow, red alert, severe weather in your area for Little Rock. So, fairly warm conditions in the metro area into the Little Rock. Also, Saturday, you guys are going to be seeing some sunny conditions, a high of 70. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 75. And then Monday, isolated thunderstorms will be rolled out, and it will be 80. Looking at the Memphis, Tennessee, fairly warm conditions today, partly cloudy, 74 degrees. Tomorrow's going to be a red alert live stream day for severe weather in the Memphis, Tennessee area, 78 out there. And then Saturday, you look at the sunny conditions, a high of 65. And then Sunday, mostly sunny and a high of 71. And then Monday, this is your warm day as it will be partly cloudy. Morning showers are possible with a high of 70. Okay, taking a quick look at some of the areas in the Midwest, we do have a radar scan that has came in, and you can see that there is going to be some, thunderstorms and showers and some early convection starting to kick up. And take a look at that line as this does move eastward. Now, I will be going over the fact that this will be going over to the southern part. We do have radar coverage on that I will be going over in a bit. But taking a look here, you can see how these really start to develop in a couple hours and form some of these squall line that could be very, so to say, dangerous for anyone in the path due to the strong winds and possible tornadoes. Your most area of concern that I would be looking out for is portions of the Iowa. You guys could be seeing a possible spin-up tornado, and areas into the St. Louis area. You guys could be seeing some strong hail, strong winds, and a possible tornado will be rolled out. I do want to point out that there is some showers and thunderstorms that do start to kick up into the Indiana and some of the Kentucky, and this will be some discrete supercells that could produce a tornado if possible. Taking a look a couple hours out, you can see that there is a significant squall line that does still start to kick out, and I will say this is quite interesting to look at, is Wisconsin. You guys could be getting into some action as you guys do have some strong thunderstorms up there. And then look at that Boeing segment, really starts to diminish. But once again, those discrete supercells really start to ramp up into the Indiana areas. And you will be seeing some possible rain showers into the higher regions. But your main threat's going to be later on into the night. A couple more hours out, going about the 40Z, you can see that this line really starts to diminish. You can see that there is a large trough of snow that really starts to, ramp up as this line continues. And you can see that there is that squall line that really starts to push out. And you can see there is some thunderstorms that really are still firing up in front of that, and then the east part of the Ohio regions. And you can see that the Kentucky regions and the Tennessee, you guys need to be on the lookout for some strong thunderstorms as the squall line pushes through. A couple more hours out, you can see that it really starts to hit the Columbus metro area and into the Cincinnati. You can see that this line still is going. You can see that there is a potential for some straight line winds. I can't roll out a couple hurricane force winds on this system, and a potential of some strong winds, strong hail, and a potential spin up tornado or two. A couple more hours out, you can see this really starts to diminish into the eastern areas of Ohio. I don't see anything really kicking up into this area, but the main threat I can see is into the Nashville area as it pushes more eastward. And into Kentucky, you guys could be seeing a possible hail or two, and then you guys could see some strong straight line winds with a possible tornado. Can't be rolled out with that. It really starts to diminish. As you can see, we do have an event going on onto the Saturdays. You can see there is a marginal, and this is really what's concerning, as there is going to be a possibility of some strong thunderstorms that start to kick up in the afternoon, and we will get more into that tomorrow. So taking a look at the H troop the Namnes, we do have a potential for strong thunderstorms into the northern Missouri, into the Tennessee on Friday. And you can see that there are some showers and thunderstorms into the Texas areas, but we're going to mainly focus on this convection that will start to kick up into some of the areas of Arkansas and into some of the areas of Missouri. So as we go forward, you can see that there is a kick up on severe thunderstorm warnings. You can see these discrete cells starting to really kick up in front of this and in the Arkansas, and you can see that there is some more storms starting to kick up into Texas. They'll move on their way into Louisiana, and then you can see that there is some still more thunderstorms kicking up into some areas of the Tennessee and into the Kentucky areas. You can see there is some convection starting to kick up in this area into some of the most east Arkansas area. So as we start to really ramp up this event, there is going to be some strong thunderstorms that will start to form a squall line and start to merge together. And I can't rule out a couple spin-up tornadoes in these areas in northern Arkansas, and possibly maybe a spin-up tornado that could happen in Texas, as this thunderstorm does show some intensification on the radar. Couple more hours out, you can see the Arkansas, you guys should be okay going out into a couple more hours. You can see these thunderstorms really start to diminish. It doesn't seem to be anything serious, so this area will be okay to the Louisiana area as it pushes through. A couple more hours out, you can see that they really start to form a squall line from the beginning to the top. So this is going to be a large squall line. You can see Tennessee area, Memphis area, you guys are going to be seeing some strong thunderstorms in these areas. So taking a look a little bit more out, you can see that there is a well-defined squall line. I can't rule out a couple tornadoes could be issued into the most northern Mississippi and into some of the most central area, that there is going to be some thunderstorms in that area. Really starts to diminish as it goes into Alabama. You guys should be okay, just maybe some straight line winds and a possible rumble of thunder or two, but it really starts to diminish as it goes on. Okay, so really going on, and I want to show you guys how this line really starts to dissolve. You can see that there is this line. It does start to dissolve as it goes on, but I want you to really focus on these regions as the squall line starts to push out. Continue going ahead, you can see it really starts to diminish, so I'm going to go ahead and say South Carolina, North Carolina, and into some of the Kentucky, and into the Alabama, northern Georgia area. I say you're going to be okay for this as it starts to roll out into the afternoon hours of Saturday. So you guys should be okay as it really starts to move out, and it won't be getting any strength. But I can't roll out into the south areas of Georgia, that you guys could be seeing some strong thunderstorms in this area. But still, squall line still looks pretty steady as it really starts to move out into the Atlantic, into the Sunday areas. Alright guys, I do want to go ahead and take a look at the wind, and this is really concerning as we do have a large amount of areas that could be seeing some strong winds. I'm talking upper 40s to maybe lower 40s at times. So if you're anywhere in the blue marker that I've just circled, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, Illinois, Indiana, even into the Ohio, and a couple more scans you'll see why, and into the Kansas areas. You guys are going to be seeing upper 40-mile-an-hour winds, close to maybe lower 40s in some areas. So 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts is possible with this, and as you can see, there is a lot of areas that are issuing a wind advisory, and it could get upgraded to a wind watch. So you can see that this is your squall lines that take place. You can see there's still some strong winds that will be taking place into the Ohio regions. And you can see as the squall line really starts to push more east, you're going to see how it, how it pronounces and how it moves on. You can see as it moves on, you can see that squall line really is starting to ramp up. There is some winds that are going to be sticking around on the southern part of it, but really look at that. The whole state of Kentucky and the whole state of Ohio seeing anywhere from high 40-mile-an-hour winds to close to 50-mile-an-hour winds in some areas, 50-mile-an-hour winds up into northern Ohio, possibly even some 50-mile-an-hour winds and 48-mile-an-hour winds into the Kentucky. So strong winds you guys got to be looking out for as this moves on. But it should all diminish as we do have a potential for more winds that will take place into central Ohio and do 50 mile an hour, more 51 mile an hour, 50 mile an hour, 47 mile an hour into the Chillicothe and into the Columbus area. So watch out for that, as there is some heavy damaging winds that will be with this system. Okay, everybody, taking a look at our winds. Fairly warm conditions today, 56 in some areas, high 80s in other areas. Looking at the day minimum temps, fairly cold start into later today, as we have some low temps into the 42s and into 60s in some areas, maybe 70s in some areas into the Texas area. Tomorrow's max temps are going to be fairly warm with a high of 91 into the Texas area. And it is going to be hot and steamy into the southern United States, as anywhere could be seeing 80s, 85, up to the high 90s, high 80s in some areas. But still very concerning how you're going to have this system right here. It's going to have very hot conditions. You're going to have very warm conditions to the Ohio, Michigan, that should help melt down the snow. Still fairly cold conditions going on into the northern southern Dakota, into the Minnesota. So you guys aren't out of that yet, as we do still have a winter storm that is going to be impacting the northern states later on today. Okay, everybody, thank you all for watching. You can find us on SciWeather on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram at SciWeather91 and Discord at SciWeather. Link will be in the description for the Discord and into the Twitter. Also, thank you for watching. We'll be live tomorrow around 3 p.m. to possibly 12 p.m. I'm not quite sure on the timing. We'll have to find out into the early morning hours when the initiation will start. But you can find us anywhere on these Instagram, Discord, and Twitter. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye, everybody.